Mesmo que de forma... Aham. Oh. Atualização. O jogo tava praticamente falido. Eu comprei, o do resto o pessoal gostou e deu pra ir. Essa aí deve ser a roupa da mulher que talvez entre no grupo. A roupa da mulher marinheira. Um experimento, pessoal. Vamos ter que ver uma coisa. Já vi. Eu vou continuar o jogo. A DLC daqui a pouco vai. É bom ver um jogo simples, podendo ir pra frente e trabalhador que vive disso não ter que passar fome. Bora. Ah, vou ter que limpar essa porcaria aí. Cadê? Não, não. Claymore. Tem que... Tem que dar um jeito. Cadê? Ah, peraí. Deu sorte, hein? Vambora. Vamos ver mais coisas aqui. Ah, tá aqui. Sem ir por aqui, vamos meter o pé. Simbora pro outro lado, pro outro local. Lembra que o inverno, aquele pessoal jogado no chão, tempos de praga, tempos de crise, uma coisa levando a outra. Aqui, aqueles médicos da Idade Média usavam uma máscara com tipo um binóculo antigo, e dentro das máscaras eles usavam tipo, eu não sei, lembro se era pena, era para proteção. Opa, opa, opa.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Cadê? Eu nem bot. Ah, tem que ir.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Ah, mudou o
Have you
negócio.
seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Ah, tá outro mercador.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Aqueles pessoal Ricardo de aquele bigode junto com aquele cavanhaquezinho de Ricardo de Milas. Não. Não. É, não é apologia às drogas, pessoal.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Welcome. It's such a have you. Thank Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Come closer now. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science. Won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence.
Eles pensam naqueles filmes de antigamente que vendiam aquelas coisas que o pessoal reunia e vendia aqueles produtos lá à base de
Miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours. But what you're about to
aqueles remédios lá da carochinha que não serviam pra porcaria nenhuma. Mal resolveu o problema do pessoal. Ah, tá aqui. Vamos ver. Para as costas. Proteção. Ah, as pessoas usavam antigamente para proteger o ombro, para não arrebentar o braço. Entendeu? Entenderam, pessoal? Cadê? Cadê? Ficou mais um. Já achei, já achei, já achei. Cadê, cadê, cadê? Dá uma volta.
Are your boots worn through? Is your heart out of style? Does your best belong to last year's?
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
Oh, hello, Your Excellency. It is an honor. Have a nice day, sire.
Só imagino como é que deve ser aquele pessoal da... Como é que deve estar passando aquele pessoal da Índia e de outros lugares. Porque lá parece que tá faltando madeira pra cremar o pessoal. Poxa, só imagino.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Como aquilo que o Papa disse há meses atrás. Orar mais e cachaçar menos, porque ali tá bravo.
Greetings, Your Excellency. I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
Olha lá com o velho aí.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir Desade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Levar uma chave de cadeira pro velho tentar de buscar.
Could you tell me anything about Ptolemy?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Mateus, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Ptolemy are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
How's Ptolemy faring on Teofridi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult, disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
Isso ele tá falando do pessoal que vai, quando vai pra outra ilha, pega um monte de animal, você sai no braço com um monte de animal que nunca viu na vida, aí acha que é fera, que demônio que chama 4. É tipo o pessoal da cidade grande e tipo brasileiro ir pra Austrália. e ver lá aqueles animal pré-histórico que tem lá. Eu acho que é o
How goes the
capiroto.
conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front, without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
Aí o cara pegou autorização lá. O diplomata da cidade, para ele poder viajar. E tem que ir encontrando ali os familiares, o resto do pessoal, para montar o grupo para ir lá para a ilha. Para encontrar a doença. Para encontrar a cura para a doença. Só que uma coisa, tem que pegar em nível.
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Ele diz que joga.
Oh, hello, Your Excellency. It is an honor.
Eu tenho que ir pra parte do cais do porto, peraí. Como você viu, é um jogo bem... não é um jogo muito pequeno. Um jogo razoavelmente. Vou lá pra taberna. A taberna era um tipo de um bar. Era um tipo de bar, mas também de hospedaria na época medieval. Onde o pessoal de tudo quanto era credo, etnia... Era tipo povão. O povão era um local neutro onde o povão se reunia pra ficar conversando entre eles, batendo papo, comendo, enchendo corno de cachaça, e depois quando cansavam iam pra hospedaria, tipo uma hospedaria. Falando com o rapaz lá que faz química. Ah, deve ser daqueles pessoal City, não sei se aquele pessoal hindu.
Your Excellency.
Lord Desade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought...
Agora entendi.
That is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence
Alquimistas
to these
eram
things?
os farmacêuticos, os químicos da época, transformação de elementos.
Panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the
Ou
congregation?
seja,
Our relations hang essentially on
Espera
the
pouquinho.
quality of our trade and
eu vou te explicar.
commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with your enemies.
Até o cara resolver os problemas.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord Desade.
Até ele conseguir resolver os problemas da. Ele tem que ir pra ilha pra achar a doença. A cura pra doença. Mas ele tem que resolver os problemas e ainda deixar um familiar no lugar dele para resolver os problemas da cidade. É assim na. Eu não digo. O pessoal que já viu Tudors, Game of Thrones. Os pessoal que são de sangue azul, ou seja, os pessoal que são ricos mesmo. O filho mais velho, mais sábio, que é o braço direito, tem que sair para procurar uma coisa e o abaixo dele tem que ficar para resolver a outra, tem que ficar no lugar dele, ou seja, é tipo um gestor, o vice-gestor, um sai, um tem que procurar um problema e o outro tem que ir atrás. Ou seja, o mestre foi para resolver uma coisa, o outro tem que ficar no lugar dele. Entenderam? Ah, Constantino. Peraí. Não dá pra ir por aqui, ó. O problema é que não tem respawn. É tipo... O cara bateu as botas mesmo, bateu. O negócio assim de Creed não, que fica um monte de... E nem Dark Souls, Demon Souls, que fica aquele monte de bot. Bot é tipo um inteligência artificial. Você mal vai pro respawn, mal vai pro outro local, já... Me lembro que ressuscitou e ficou te enchendo o saco. O problema do jogo é que ele não tem o cara corre. É tipo como se o cara fosse um sedentário tentando correr. Com um monte de roupa, com aquelas roupinhas justinhas. Pum. Ou seja, ele veio conversar com o farmacêutico, ou seja, com o alquimista e transformação de elementos, ou seja, o cara faz remédios, faz outras coisas. Como outra pessoa estava no mesmo local que ele e estava fazendo os negócios, parece que dá certos problemas. O cara só não sei se o cara tá se passando por ele ou tentando fazer as mesmas coisas que ele.
It's blocked.
Não vou sair por aí arrombando a casa dos outros. Não é esse, é o médico. Procurando, fazendo alguma mistura.
Is your hat out of style? Does your vest belong to last year? Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with? Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Come on.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Achei o cara que tava dando remédios em porcaria, pessoal.
Have a nice day, sire.
They say the ambassador of Tulane sends
Agora-
his guard all around the city in search of heretics.
Tem que conversar com o cara pra ele parar de fazer essas porcaria. Parar de dar placebo pro pessoal.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I swear you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, look, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern.
Vai meter o pé.
He won't leave the city without his belongings.
O problema é que ele não corre.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make it for you to come.
Vamos ver se dá como.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Teofredi.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
Bem naquele estilo antigão.
Has the Malachor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing the shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People were still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Oh, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Aqui. As tabernas no estilo deles. O pessoal sentava, comia, conversava entre eles, ó. Tipo um restaurante. Cara da alta. Gente da média, gente da baixa, gente da alta. Todo mundo sentado. Tipo um refeitáriozinho. Pra ver se eu consigo achar o outro ponto. E ficam os quartos pro... Aqui. Cada um fica numa área diferente. É o pessoal que senta junto. É o pessoal que é mais discreto, gosta de ficar sozinho. Pensando na vida.
There are some days when you'd rather get drunk all day than have to suffer through this again.
Tipo um restaurante. O pessoal que gosta de jogar carta. Ou fazer aquele negócio de jogo de paciência.
Greetings. I hope your day will be better than mine.
They say the ambassador of Tulane sends his god all
Vamos ver,
around the city in search of heretics.
Quarto de luxo. Quarto de luxo, a pessoa querendo fazer as festinhas delas. Ou não. Ou o pessoal que é mochileiro. Racha. Racha é uma... As pessoas que é mochileiro viajante. Eles pedem um quarto grande e racham, ou aqueles pessoas executivos de empresa. Mas pessoal sério mesmo, sem falar safadeza ou putaria. Cadê o farmacêutico? Tem alguma coisa aqui. Não foi, deve ter desencontrado, peraí. Vamos ver o que ele tá fazendo. Outro campo.
Locked.
Ah, o barman me deu o cara do bar deu a chave, ok?
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
Dá uma modificada na arminha do cara.
And what if I said yes?
Well, I'd be grateful, I suppose. But sadly, Greenblood, you're not quite my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Vamos. Esse aqui vai. Tá aqui em cima. Agora, deixa eu ter uma conversinha, cara.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin? Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Caraca. Ih, treta entre farmacêuticos.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set up a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Alquimista era a transformação de elementos. Eram os químicos. Eles faziam um monte de coisa. Esse cara deve ter tido uma treta com outro professor. Tem essas divergências.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
Esse cara
I
foi
was
deve
fortunate
ser
enough to
exonerado.
oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It was an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred.
Isso ele está falando que antigamente eles testavam alguns tipos de medicações em pessoas e as pessoas tinham tipo um efeito adverso. Antigamente, de uns anos para cá, eles faziam com animais. Testar medicações, testar produtos de beleza. Porém, algumas leis estão sendo mudadas para fazer isso. Com crueldade com animais e nem com pessoas.
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder. That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
Explicou. Tem uma praga na cidade. Esse cara é um dos professores que ele foi contra os negócios da época de usar pessoas como cobaia. Ele perdeu a licença, foi para um canto, desenvolveu um certo antibiótico, testando ele mesmo e adquiriu intolerância. E como ele não patenteou, ele estava usando no pessoal. Entenderam? Só que de tanto ele usar nele ele já gerou resistência, ou seja, é como se você visitasse numa pessoa direto. Um dia a pessoa adquire resistência à medicação, ou seja, ela fica com tolerância, ela já se adaptou, ou seja, aquilo ali não funciona mais nela, ou seja, é a forma mais esdrúxula que o pessoal que algum dia possa ouvir isso não tá arranhando nem a carcaça. Já que o cara fez uma medicação nova e tá tentando dar um jeito, porque os colegas dele estão querendo cortar a cabeça dele, ele ter ido contra o comportamento lá de usar em prisioneiros. E como isso são casos históricos antigões, o cara dá. Ou você ajuda o cara a sair da cidade, você expulsa ele da cidade, ou você prende ele. Só que se prender o cara, para a pessoa executar ele. A única coisa que você pode fazer com um professor de química e farmacêutica é expulsar ele da cidade.
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
Entendeu?
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Agora, tem que resolver o problema com o pessoal. O cara vai ser expulso da cidade, vai nunca mais voltar. Devolver o dinheiro pro pessoal. E falar lá com um dos colegas dele de farmacêutica que ele vai para outro local, para não dar esses problemas de um querer passar o trator no outro, de um querer arrancar o fígado do outro por bobeira.
Did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
No, not yet. I've taken a long look at the situation. Better not to have any part of it.
Entenderam? Ah, essa habilidade de Gaswa é pra ele, caso algum dia ele perder a chave de casa, ele poder voltar. É tipo como se fosse o cara que fizesse um zilhão de coisas ao mesmo tempo. Deu um remédio errado. Não funciona nas pessoas.
If you wanted to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
Ou seja, a medicação não funcionou no pessoal, fez um efeito diverso e todo mundo quer enforcar o cara. Conversar com educação.
And so you plan on waiting here? I do not advise that. All of you drank one of those potions, am I right?
You're right, we did. Tasted of death. I did nothing for me ulcer.
As for me, I only drank a few drops. And my tooth is aching more than ever.
Alas, you need only drink a mere drop for it to provoke paralysis.
Paralysis?
A terrible side effect. The symptoms appear sooner or later. No one is spared from them.
What? Are we doomed then?
Everyone. Except, of course, those going to see a doctor to receive the antidote.
What are we gonna do? The doctor costs a fortune. We're all gonna end up like statues.
Listen to me, everyone. I know a good doctor that will help us. Come on, follow me!
That charlatan will just have to wait to get what's coming to him.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
E vê o cara ser enforcado. O pessoal descontente. O pessoal que já tava já bichado, ou seja, o tiozão quase levou, quase foi pro saco.
Did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahib.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Como disse, tem lugares que a concorrência é desleal. Ou seja, esse senhor, eles aquele outside, são da mesma turma. Eram da mesma turma de farmacêuticos, se davam bem, só que os meios eram meio bizarros do pessoal da época. Quem já assistiu Game of Thrones vai entender. Tinha um cara que ele só testava veneno de tudo quando é jeito, em prisioneiro, em gente morta, tipo cientista maluco. Aí um foi contra por causa do negócio da doença e tudo, foi expulso e teve que se virar. Mas algumas coisas acontecem. Isso aí talvez nem saiba que é um dos colegas dele.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated.
Ou seja, você pode acobertar, falar que o cara era charlatão, e nesse você explica. Esse cara é um dos seus colegas de faculdade, de classe, que não gostou do panelaço, passou a peitar todo mundo e perdeu o prestígio dele. Confrontar sobre a mentira.
Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What? Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And you to a legate of the congregation of merchants that you treat like an imbecile.
Postura
This man is indeed an
corporal.
alchemist of the bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing. I should have shown more honesty in your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that awaits you.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Eu me ferrei. Pra você ter uma ideia, eu ganhei mais 2, perdi menos 2, ou seja, eu fiquei bem com a pessoa, livrei o cara de ir pra fogueira, ou pra forca, ou virar churrasco, ou ser esquartejado, ou de alguma coisa. Mandei o cara ir pra fora da cidade, pro cara nunca mais aparecer. Porém, eu gerei treta com o melhor farmacêutico da cidade, ou seja, espada de 2 gumes. Ou seja, salvei um e me ferrei com o outro.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every
coisa
domain.
aqui, o sistema tá meio bizarro.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the covered animals that we had never ever seen before.
Ou seja,
Some are bigger than houses.
o cara vai pra Austrália.
But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
O cara vai pra Austrália praticamente.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tirfredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Ptolemy has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
Conversar com esse
Would you
cara.
be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Saad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Vamos todo jogo. A gente jogou os dragões da vida. Agora vamos ver o que aconteceu. Cadê? Agora somente só. Peraí. Foi. Aí é Constantine sai. Entenderam? Tem o filho mais velho, o filho mais novo. Tem a mãe do cara. Sempre tem alguém da família. E o mais casca grossa que tem que sair para procurar ajuda. Entendeu? Ou seja, naquela época as pessoas ricas, elas não só estudavam, elas estudavam política, estudavam, eram versadas na religião, política, elas tinham outros hobbies, estudavam, estudavam de tudo. Essa cidade fictícia ela fica num local onde só tem onde tem mercadores, ou seja, especiarias, entendeu? Plantas, vai explicando, borragem, flores colhidas de borragem, espinheiro, resina de pinheiro, tipo, produzir, não sei se é produzir pólvora. Eu estava minérios, minério de ferro bruto, obsidiana, pedra do descarrego, couro para fazer roupa que eles faziam antigamente.
May the disease never afflict you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency.
Lord.
I need to be going. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pelo menos deu pra conversar com o cara, resolveu o problema de um. Um ficou. Um saiu vivo, outro pegou raiva de mim. Mas fazer o que? A vida é assim. Não se agrada a todo mundo. Você não agrada a todos. Aí. Entenderam? A gente vai vendo nesse simulador o taverneiro. Eu não arrumei o negócio. O próprio dono da chave me deu a chave dele pra entrar, pra conversar com o cara. Opa, um momento, procurando essa
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking?
O que eu tenho? É, né? Fazer o quê?
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
É, cara, gastei minha. Deu um upgrade lá no negócio. É assim, pessoal, aquele jogo simples. Pô, cara. Cara, só vou melhorar quando eu chegar na cidade. Quando eu chegar lá na ilha. Vou falar com o cara. Não tá aqui. Livro de missões. Já peguei as coisas do cara. Ou seja, só os mercadores, só o pessoal que eu vendo e troco, que eu compro e vendo as coisas, se dão bem comigo, o resto tem o meio que um pé atrás.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsini. My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I'm sad to have caused you any worry. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when... Ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsini. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
What will be your official title on Tier 4D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Sir?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tier 4D. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men had free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become them?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nort from birth. Others are sea gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Be back soon, Captain.
Aí viram um contratempo. O moleque sumiu no dia da partida, e agora tem que ir se misturando, perguntando onde é que tá o moleque, onde é que ele foi parar. Estacionamento.
Any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Eita!
Drink a potion! If you wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable. Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Que? Por um momento, já tô indo.
Orders haven't changed, you know. No one passes.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Teleme, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Naughts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something serious.
Nah, we didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Esse é o problema de se jogar com um bruxinho. Com bruxinho é tudo mais difícil. Ah, entendi. Foi daqui. Acho que eu nocauteei o garoto.
You cannot pass. Only the Naughts have access to the prison.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen. Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Caraca.
Drink a potion.
Ou seja, vou ter que aumentar, esperar. É uma árvore mista. Minha árvore é mista. Não é nem direita nem esquerda essa entrada. É 3 em 1. Agora como é que eu vou... Agora, como é que eu vou tirar aquele... Tem que conversar com o cara.
You cannot pass. Only the Nauts have access to the prison.
Na boa. O cara não quer me deixar meter o pé da prisão pra tirar o pessoal na surdina. Não tem nada a ver. Ótimo, agora eu sou o O. Levando a forma de O. Levando a forma de O. Mas... tô igual infame, acho que vai todo mundo mediar. Metade do pessoal que tem treinamento militar vai querer arrancar na cabeça e metade do pessoal que tem da área de saúde, uma parte vai gostar, outra não vai gostar. Olha essa porcaria.
Well now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Aí vai indo. Fica de bem com uns, fica de mal com outros. E a vida segue. Vamos ser agrado a todos. Que, mãe, que... Indo, pera aí.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Why? I haven't the faintest idea.
Naquela época, até hoje, homens e mulheres podem entrar para as Forças Armadas, mas mulheres na Marinha, por causa de problemas fisiológicos mensais, davam problemas.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasquez?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Tudo embusteiro. No bom sentido. Porque tem um mau sentido. 52. Espera aí. Cadê?
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof, gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Rufião é um tipo de cara que ele só acude mulher que tem baixa... Mulheres que têm baixa reputação. É tipo aquelas mulheres que são visadas, que tem fama de prostituta, de caramba 4. Tipo, isso aí. Esse cara que só define esse tipo de mulher. Rufião é tipo um cara que só define mulher problemática.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
What do you think about Captain Vasca?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Ou seja, ela pergunta pro cara do bar. Porque é lá que o povo todo do local estiver. Onde o povo todo da alta, da média e da baixa se mistura. Eles ficam conversando entre eles. E sempre gera a porrinhação, a picuinha de tentar sempre ligar o olho gordo da mesma mulher. Não, e olho gordo não é inveja, olho gordo é gíria, é muda de acordo com determinado comportamento da pessoa. Ou seja, olho gordo pode ser a pessoa invejosa, tá de olho, ou interesseira.
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Também olho gordo é um tipo de olho gordo é uma referência a um personagem fictício de um chamado Zeca Pimenteira. Ou seja, é uma expressão, tipo a pessoa tá te invejando.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
tipo, agora Indiana Jones.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Antes, preparar. Aí foi, pessoal. Vamos lá.
Tavern keeper. I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You should jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Faz perder dinheiro com algum prisioneiro, algum vigarista.
Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing that, I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can... if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab it. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Agora vamos lá. Um programa aos poucos. É um jogo simples, pessoal. Ele vai se desenrolando com o passar do tempo. Quanto mais você vai conhecendo aos poucos, mais o desenrolar da história você vai gostando.
Don't you worry now. You'll get your merchandise.
Ah, o cara que eu falei a primeira vez.
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
Aprontou.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade, and to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers. That would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
With respect, my lady.
Might I help you, sir?
I need to be going. Phil.
So,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up, to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
you see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nauts?
How I would like my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here. Let's go talk to him.
Yes? Well, how can your old professor be of service to you?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, Desade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. The nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat
Ou
rides.
seja,
For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that.
fizeram um contrato.
That could be of use to us.
Para um dos filhos ficar como serviçal deles por um tempo, por uns anos. E agora só o cara tá sabendo disso. Ou seja, eles já estavam já organizando pro rapaz viajar não sei quanto tempo. Estavam já preparando o rapaz pra ele ir com aquele grupo já há bastante tempo. Interessante esse simulador, tipo como se tivesse já feito já um trato. Esses pessoas que viajam pra caramba, um fica de guia.
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Tá lá embaixo, vambora, vambora, vambora. Cadê? Pessoal, eu vou parar por agora. Vou parar por agora. Tá bom? Deixa pra próxima, que minha bateria tá acabando. Eu espero que tenham gostado. Não tem como mudar, pois eu jogo diferentes tipos de jogos. Tá bom? Isso. Teve uma versão nova do jogo. O próximo integrante do grupo, se eu conseguir achar. Se não estiver na ilha já esperando. Agora eu vou explicar para vocês o que é acreditação. Acreditação, pessoal, é as pessoas que são os desenvolvedores do jogo aí. É staff do pessoal. Então, seja, acreditação é uma pessoa que não tem nada a ver com o teu negócio e ela não está te devendo nada. O contrário, ela fez tudo o que tinha que fazer. Isso é acreditação. Entendeu? Exército de cooperação é uma outra parte. Um jogo que ninguém estava gostando. Agora vamos ver o que vai dar. Pois a maior parte do pessoal só quer jogar LOL, não quer jogar muitas coisas, jogo simples, de exploração, tipo jogo de antes, aquele jogo de época. O pessoal não gosta de jogar. É nicho de mercado, que atende somente a público específico, mas que aborda coisas antigas e coisas novas, as pessoas CDF poderem entenderem.